Capital. This is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
This is Network News for today, Friday, July 7th, 2023. I'm Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, the legal fraternity mourns the death of retired Judge Monica Joseph. Former Social Development Minister Delma Thomas says the death of female lawyer Celine Klein-Edwards is an urgent reminder about mental health issues. The Royal Grenada Police Force records an increase in crimes during the first quarter of 2023. In the region, the United States promises to address unacceptable trafficking of guns flowing into the region. Internationally, the U.S. plans to send controversial cluster munitions to Ukraine. And in sports, Anderson Peters chosen as a member of the Team Pan Am Sports. The details of these and other stories right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Only 2 of the 12 homicides recorded so far this year in Grenada are unsolved. This encouraging statistic was provided by the Royal Grenada Police Force on Friday morning as senior members updated the state of the crime in the country. More in this report.
The Josiah John T. Robinson and James Telesford homicide cases are the only 2 unsolved murders in Grenada. That disclosure from Assistant Superintendent Randy Hall, in charge of the Criminal Investigation Department in the RGPF, as he gave an update on the state of crime in Grenada.
At present, we have recorded 12 homicides, of which 10 are murders. Of these 10 murders, 2 are unsolved and continue to be vigorously investigated. These are the death of Josiah John T. Robinson at BBC Beach. We are continuing our investigation in this matter. We have recorded several statements, interviewed several persons, and we are pursuing all the leads possible that comes our way. And the death of James Telesford, who was found at Tantine and later succumbed to his injuries at the General Hospital. Additionally, Dwayne McDonald of Mount Pleasant, Carriacou, is still wanted for the death of Randy McIntosh. I take this opportunity to remind persons with information on either of these matters to come forward and allow us to bring closure to them.
Although Grenada recorded its 12th murder just over a week ago, Hall announced a drop in general crimes on the island.
According to our quarterly report at the end of March 2023, there was an 8.4% increase in crimes. However, at the end of May 2023, we are happy to report that we are seeing the needle heading down. There has been a reduction by almost 2% to 6.6%. As regards sex crime, there has been a 46% reduction compared to the same period in 2022. There has been a 1.4% increase in harm offenses and 6.6% increase in assault offenses.
Meanwhile, police are investigating the discovery of a fishing boat on the northeast side of the island. The vessel, which had no engine, was found by local fishermen who told the media it contained food items and 2 passports belonging to Guyanese nationals. At a press conference Friday morning, Superintendent Vanny Cowan shared details about the discovery.
Yes, indeed. Yesterday, 2 fishermen from Grenville have identified a boat almost 2 miles out of River Entwine. There was no occupants on the boat. There was some clothing and some passports. I do not wish to disclose the nationality of the passport at this point. This matter is currently under investigation. It has happened yesterday, as you has indicated, and so we are in the infantry stage of this investigation. As information becomes available, we'll make it available to the public when we know more than we currently do now. But to answer your question definitively, yes, we are currently investigating this matter.
For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
The Royal Grenada Police Force is initiating some creative ways to eradicate crime and is once again encouraging Grenada to be safe during the festive season. Superintendent Randy Hall outlined some tips on Friday morning, educating the populace on how to safeguard themselves and their property from criminal elements. The officer was speaking at a press conference, said it's always important to practice proactive measures that will lessen the chance of becoming a victim.
Ensure your buildings are properly secured, including have sturdy doors and windows that can be properly locked. If necessary, install iron bars over doors and windows. Remove all plants or shrubs that obscure view. This can make it easy for thieves to enter undetected. Always leave a light on inside and outside of your building at nights. Install CCTV and ensure they are positioned strategically to capture all means of entry and exit of your property. If you lose your keys, change the locks immediately. Don't keep large sums of money on you or on your property. Avoid using ATMs at night and in lonely places.
The officer reminded perpetrators of some of the penalties they can face if found guilty of committing crimes.
There are penalties for your actions, such as prison sentences. Some of these penalties for offenses are capital murder. You can face death. Non-capital murder, life in prison. Attempt capital murder, life in prison. Attempt non-capital murder, 20 years. Dangerous harm, 20 years. Robbery with violence, 30 years. Robbery, 20 years. Housebreaking and stealing, 15 years. We therefore appeal to you, to those with intention to commit crime, and especially those who leave their homes with offensive weapons. There is no need to go to a function with a weapon for security. The police are there to secure you.
In other news, the first female judge appointed to the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Monica Joseph, has died at the age of 89. We have the details in this Chrislina John report.
The legal fraternity mourns the passing of Justice Monica Joseph, who died last night at the General Hospital in Grenada. The former justice held dual citizenship of both Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She served in many capacities in the legal field, one of them being the first female judge to be appointed to the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. The former justice's death came less than 24 hours following the discovery of female lawyer Celine Edwards' body Thursday morning in Golf Course, St. George. Some of the services rendered by Justice Joseph was shared in an exclusive interview with President of the Grenada Bar Association, Derek Sylvester.
In November of 1966, she was called to the bar in England, a member of Lincoln's Inn. She has served in numerous judicial and legal capacities. She was a legal assistant, Crown Counsel, Senior Crown Counsel, Solicitor General, and Acting Director of Public Prosecutions. She was also the first female judge to be appointed to the OECS Court, and she served there from 1982 to 1996. She was also chairman of the Public Service Commission in Grenada, and of course she would have acted as Governor General whenever the Governor General was out of state. And also, she was appointed as deputy to the Governor General in Grenada. So she has.
Sylvester described her as the kind of individual who was well learned and respected.
Her last day she spent in Grenada at her home, and I would normally visit her periodically. Both myself and Mr. August Ferguson, King's Counsel, would normally pay her periodic visits. In her last few hospital visits, we would have both visited her there. What I could indicate is that we've never worked together, but when I was appointed chairman of the Public Service Commission, she was always one of my go-to persons who I would call for advice by virtue of her experience, not only on the bench, but also by her experience of being the past serving Public Service Commission chairperson. And she was loaded with, she had a wealth of legal knowledge.
Sylvester said if he had to take a page from Justice Joseph's book, this is what it would be.
There are some words that I would really remember if I were to quote anything from her. It would be. And this was sent to me from a distinguished colleague. She says, from an early age and throughout my legal and judicial career, I've maintained independent thinking. I continue to maintain independent thinking wherever I serve. And I believe that is extremely important, not only for a judicial officer, but once you hold any office, you must maintain your independent thought, and you should not be manipulated, contorted, or distorted to accept anyone's views, but you accept the views that is in sync with the law.
Christina John, GBN News.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Northwest, Delma Thomas, says the shocking death of young female attorney Celine Klein to suicide on Thursday highlights the urgent need to address mental health issues with compassion, understanding, and support.
The former Social Development Minister expressed condolences to the family of the deceased in a statement obtained by GBN on Friday. There are reports that the young attorney had not been the same since the passing of her mother, Celia Klein Edwards, QC, just over a year ago. MP Thomas called for individuals, communities, and organizations to join in collective efforts to destigmatize mental illness and raise awareness about the importance of seeking help. The statement reads in part, and I quote, "The loss of a loved one to suicide is a profound tragedy that leaves families and communities devastated. It is a stark reminder of the urgent need to address mental health issues with compassion, understanding, and support. Unfortunately, the stigma and discrimination surrounding mental illness often prevent individuals from seeking help, leading to tragic outcomes outcomes. I understand firsthand the challenges faced by individuals dealing with mental illness and their families. My own mother is battling mental illness, and I witnessed the impact it had on her life and our family. The stigma and discrimination she encountered only added to her struggles, making it difficult for her to reach out for the help she desperately needs. Depression, a common mental illness, affects millions of people worldwide, regardless of age, gender, or background. It is essential that we come together as a society to raise awareness and eliminate the stigma associated with mental health. By fostering an environment of understanding and empathy, we can create a supportive community where individuals feel safe to seek help and support without fear, judgment, or discrimination. I am committed to raising awareness about mental illness, particularly depression. Through my personal experiences and the lessons I have learned, I will work tirelessly to promote education, understanding, and accessible resources for those struggling with mental health challenges. If you or someone you know is struggling with depression or any other mental health condition, it is essential to seek help. Reach out to helplines, mental health professionals, or support organizations that can provide the necessary assistance. You are not alone, and there is help available to guide you towards a path of healing and recovery. End quotes. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
This is news at 7. Coming up, Trinidad and a Grenadian convicted on drugs charges in St. Kitts and Nevis. Stay with us.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack. I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
Paying is faster and easier with Glow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Well, what do you know? The NLA is giving you an additional chance at winning in its Crazy Cash Second Chance Parish Giveaway. Yes! Starting June 10th, enter your non-winning Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway tickets valued at $12 or more in a single purchase for a chance to win over $25,000 in cash. Be sure to write your name, address, and contact info on your entries before dropping them in the NLA branded box at your favorite authorized agent. Draws will be conducted every Friday starting June 23rd to July 21st, 2023 for every parish. That's a total of 105 draws of $250 each. Promotion ends July 14th, 2023. Must be 18 or older to participate. Other terms and conditions apply. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Here at the NIS, we are proud to support the evolving needs of Grenadians. We are always working to improve our services and would like to share with you some new changes. One of the changes we're pleased to announce is the introduction of the new unemployment benefit. This benefit will provide an insured person with 50% of their former income in the case of sudden unemployment. The benefit is available to anyone who is insured with the NIS and who has lost their job through no fault of their own. If you have any questions about this benefit, please contact our informational hotline at 440-6647 or visit our website at www.nisgrenada.org. Stay connected for more updates from NIS, your trusted Social Security provider.
Important announcement for CIBC First Caribbean customers. Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited invites prospective customers to collect their debit and credit cards, checkbooks, night depository keys and bags, and deposit books at its distribution center located at the GV Steel Conference Room, number 14 Church Street, St. George's. The center will be open from June 19th to July 8th, 2023, operating from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Mondays to Fridays, and from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays. You will be required to present a valid photo ID for collection. To avoid any delay in your service, we encourage you to visit Co-op Bank's distribution center at your earliest convenience between June 19th and July 8th, 2023. We look forward to welcoming you home.
Fit for Life presents its 11th annual Kids Summer Program 2023 with the theme Move Your Body, Stimulate Your Mind. From July 10th to August the 11th, 5 weeks of educational and fun activities for the kids ages 3 to 14. Executed by certified, experienced teachers, fitness trainers, and other professionals. Activities include physical fitness, diet, nature walks, martial arts, lessons in renewable energy, food safety and security, recycling, reducing and reusing renewable energy, healthy cooking, fitness and nutrition, games, career building, academics, and so much more. Only $290 EC. Sibling discounts and early bird specials available. For more information, call 404-9355, 405-9357 or 439-3488. Fit for Life's Kids Summer Program. Move your body, stimulate your mind.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to the news at 7. A flight from Grenada to New York that was scheduled to leave the Maurice Bishop International Airport on Tuesday left passengers stranded on the island for 2 days. A video on social media left many asking what caused the delay. More in this report.
What should have been an easy case of boarding a plane and heading home turned out to be a 2-day ordeal for over 20 passengers of a JetBlue flight from Grenada to New York. The flight was originally scheduled to depart Grenada on Tuesday afternoon at 4:46 p.m. and was rescheduled to 5:11 p.m. on Wednesday. Passengers were told that the plane had some technical issues that needed to be fixed before departure. On Wednesday, passengers were once again disappointed by the airline when their rescheduled flight did not depart, and a video on social media showed how upset and disgruntled they were. One passenger said, and I quote, 2 days sitting on the airport with a broken plane. The technician was sent by JetBlue on the 4:46 flight to fix the plane when our flight was rescheduled for 5:11 p.m. We had little or no communication with JetBlue. Vouchers were given for hotel and food. The worst part is you have to take your luggage home every night. One person fainted last night, children screaming, some people crying. The experience was a first for me, unquote. GBN sought an interview from officials at JetBlue, but was told that no one is available to comment on the issue. We also queried whether or not there was a press release that we can refer the situation to, and the answer was no. GBN later found out that another plane was used to take passengers to their destination, which departed Grenada on Thursday, July 6th at 1 p.m. The exact nature of the technical issue that resulted in a 2-day delay is still unanswered. GBN News, Rena P. Thomas.
A 3-member team will represent Grenada at the 2nd Caribbean Youth Forum on Drug Use Prevention. We have the details in this report.
The 3-member delegation named to represent Grenada at the 2nd Caribbean Youth Forum on Drug Use Prevention comprises Elon James, a community youth associate who will serve as team lead, CARICOM Youth Ambassador Designate Abigail Ellis, and Kireen Francis John. The Ministry of Education, Youth, Sport and Culture selected the participants for the forum scheduled for July 28th to August 4th in the Bahamas. The event will serve as a platform for collaboration, innovation and youth-led initiatives to combat drug abuse in the Caribbean. Team lead, Mr. Elon James, is confident that the group's expertise and insights will contribute significantly to the discussions and initiatives aimed at preventing drug use among Caribbean youth.
We have already commenced with the proposal, and we are indeed working greatly towards the final proposal deadline, which is due in the next coming days. In addition, the team members are being dedicated to the job and to the task at hand, and I must say that the project that is coming forth is indeed an excellent project that is very sustainable and can help the schools in the targeted district that we have chosen.
The 2nd Caribbean Youth Forum on Drug Use Prevention is a unique opportunity for young leaders from across the Caribbean to collaborate, exchange ideas, and develop innovative strategies to address the challenges posed by drug abuse. Hosted in a spirit of unity and cooperation, the forum aims to empower youth participants to play an active role in designing and implementing effective prevention programs within their respective countries. Grenada's presentation will be based on the theme One Sober Grenada. Ms. Francis John elaborates on the concept.
One is the sensitization, public sensitization on the issue of drug abuse and particularly drug use among secondary school students. And we hope to achieve this sensitization through a series of secondary school visits where we will educate teachers and students on the negative implications, not just physical and mental, but also the societal implications implications that drug use can have.
During the forum, delegates will engage in interactive workshops, panel discussions, and networking sessions, allowing them to build connections with fellow youth leaders, regional stakeholders, and international experts in the field of drug use prevention. They will explore evidence-based practices, share best practices, and develop action plans that can be adopted and implemented in their home countries to make a lasting impact on their communities. Ms. Ellie says the team looks forward to the engagements.
Always an honor and privilege to represent my country at any given moment. It's a huge responsibility, one which I am working on representing my country to the best. And so in preparation for that, myself and the team, we are preparing ourselves to the best of our ability to ensure that we represent not just ourselves, but our country to the best and the highest potential.
The participation of Grenada's delegates underscores Grenada's unwavering commitment to prioritizing the well-being and future of its young population. Christina John, GBN News.
In more news, a Grenadian and 3 Trinidadians were convicted in St. Kitts and Nevis on drug possession and importation charges. Judge Reynold Benjamin sentenced the 4 men on Monday. The men were arrested on October 4th, 2022, after a search on the MV Elizabeth C at the St. Kitts Deepwater Port led to the discovery of 801 kilograms of cocaine, which had a street value of EC $71,369,100, as well as cannabis. Desu McFarlane of Caracul was sentenced to 8 years and 4 months for importation, possession, and intent to supply cocaine, and 4 years and 10 months for the importation and supply of cannabis. Salim Kevin Ali of Trinidad was sentenced to 3 years for the importation and possession of cannabis with intent to supply. Peter Oliver Scotland of Trinidad was sentenced to 5 years and 4 months for the possession, importation, and intent to supply cocaine. And Michael Jevan Jack of Trinidad was sentenced to 3 years for the importation, possession, and intent to supply cannabis. All of the sentences are set to run concurrently at His Majesty's prison in St. Kitts. It's now time for the GBN ISA. Our young creatives from St. Michael's Catholic School are featured in tonight's ISA. The students in tonight's ISA show off their creativity in an art exhibition. The students of the St. Michael's Catholic Infant School in Woburn proudly submitted photographs of their art exhibition, led by art teacher Miss Pivot. The students in the school's art club are between ages 3 and 7. Kudos to the art teacher and students for their wonderful display of artistic talent. Continue sending your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or over other social media platforms. Still to come in the news, workers still at loggerheads with Republic Bank. Be back in a moment.
Something big is coming. It's that time of the year again when the air fills with rhythm, excitement, and anticipation. It's time for the Soca Monarch Prelims. 4 unforgettable nights, 4 electrifying venues, soca music, pulsating rhythms, and performances that will leave you breathless. July 6th and 7th, we're kickstarting at Lassager St. David, and then we're turning up the heat. July 8th, we move to Cuthbert Peters Park, St. John, and for the grand finale, July 9th, we'll be shaking the ground at Boss Yard St. Patrick. Can you feel the excitement? Every night starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Be there and experience the electrifying energy of soca. And here's the best part. All this for an admission fee of just $15. There's no excuse to miss this. So mark your calendars and brace yourself for a soca experience like no other. The Soca Monarch Prelims. It's not just an event. It's an unforgettable experience. Spice Mass, The Evolution. We'll see you there.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Thompson, co-owner and founder of Grenada Tours, Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIF have been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
Chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
What powers my smile? The sun. And it does a whole lot more. Through programs of the PURC, I use the sun to produce my own electricity. So can you, using the sun and other sources of renewable energy. Sign up today at PURC.
We, the Churches of Christ Grenada, invite you to the Isle of Spice, July 9th to 12th, 2023, for the annual Caribbean Lectureship Jubilee event. It promises to be grand. Grenada is home to over 40 beaches, sweet spices, not forgetting the oil down. The best part is the singing, praising, and preaching of God's word by the brethren to the governor of the universe. We look forward to fellowshipping with families and friends at the Radisson Beach Resort Convention Center, Grenada. The Churches of Christ Grenada invites you to this auspicious event. Don't you miss it.
Grenada, get ready for the biggest Calypso clash of all time as Grenada takes on Trinidad at the 17th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert. Saturday, July 8th, Grenada Trade Center from 7:30 p.m. You'll get from your our partners, Hubbard's, Grenada Paper Products, Granville Credit Union, Biden and Miners, Gittins Healthcare, Grenada Broadcasting Network, Guardian General, Spiceside Imaging Center, Western Union, the Agriculture Shop, Clear Vision Eye Center, Springs Food Mart, Dollar Savers Auto Part, Rise and Shine Supermarket, Classic Lighting, Victory Bar, Budget Marine, Dean's Mattress, Grenada Trade Center, Creative Do It Best, Grenada Distillers Limited, Catwheels Stationery Service, Blue Bubbles, PA, Rentals and Event Supplies Company, Dana's Tasty Food, and City Inn. Please be seated by 7 p.m. because this one will be epic.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. The Bank and General Workers Union continues to speak out against what it says is the continued efforts by Republic Bank Grenada Limited to stall the negotiation process for a new collective agreement for the bank's employees. Its President General Joseph Mitchell says the bank has requested more time to review the recommendations put forward by the Labour Minister, indicating that it would be ready to make its position known by next week Wednesday.
The Bank and the General Workers Union and the representatives from Republic Bank Grenada Limited met with Labour Minister Claudette Joseph on Thursday to discuss the circumstances that led to the bank's employees taking industrial action for the last 6 working days. The meeting came approximately 3 days after the Labour Minister responded to the bank's request for recommendations she made during a mediation meeting on March 13th to be provided in written form. The recommendations seek to bring a resolution to the dispute over salary increases in a new collective agreement for the period January 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2022. According to the President General of the Bank and the General Workers Union, Joseph Mitchell, the bank claimed that they did not yet have the chance to assess the minister's recommendations, which it confirmed it received on Monday. The workers' last salary increase, he said, was January 1st, 2019. The minister is recommending a 12.25% in salary increases over a 4-year period.
They said they didn't have time to assess it, but they believe that it was excessive, and there were some conversation along those lines. The minister then asked, if there was something that they could have put on the table that could have brought an end to the strike today. Basically, what they have put on the table is literally the last position as to what they thought salary increases were or should be.
Mitchell further explained the proposals made around the negotiating table.
When we went to the Ministry of Labor, the union position for salary increases, and that has been the stumbling block, salary increases of 15% over a 3-year period. 5% for year 1, 5% for year 2, and 5% for year 3. The minister is making a recommendation of 12.25% for 4 years when they just have agreed to pay 13% over 3 years. So we were at 15%. The bank then had the position at 5%. And so year 1, 1%, year 2, 1%, and year 3, 3%.
He accused the bank of using articles that were previously agreed to at the bilateral level as a bargaining chip during Thursday's meeting.
They agreed that the articles were acceptable to them, that they have committed to it, but for some reason, they are using these settled articles as a bargaining chip, in my opinion, to settle salaries. That ought not to be. There were 2 separate sets of discussions at different levels. The workers ought to enjoy the articles that has been settled at the bilateral level with no further delay, right? Because once you continue to delay it, it's time sensitive, it's causing a bottleneck, and obviously it's actually denying the workers benefits that they should have actually gotten right now.
According to the first vice president of the Bank and the General Workers Union, the bank continues to be a highly profitable financial institution in Grenada, making over $24 million after tax profit between 2020 and 2022.
For the year 2020, the bank made $7.11 million. For the year 2021, $6.81 million. For the year 2022, $10.4 million. For the years we're speaking about 2021 and 22, a total profits of $24.32 million was realized by the bank over that period.
And that's after tax.
That's after tax profits.
And basically what we are asking therefore is just going to come up to $1.4 million over the 3 years. So you do the math.
The union met with its members on Friday to provide an update on the situation. The President General says they will not budge until the matter is resolved. The union is left with no choice but to continue and possibly intensify protest action, which commenced last week, Thursday. All attempts to reach out to the communications manager at Republic Bank for verification of these developments on Friday proved futile. When she last spoke to GBN News earlier this week, she referred our news team to the press release issued by the bank. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Stay with us. Sports is up next.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
So it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Do you wish to learn how to swim? Well, Monday the 10th to Friday the 14th of July 2023 is the Sandals Foundation National Learn to Swim Week. And Get Grenada Swimming are providing 1-hour swimming classes for children aged 5 years old all the way up to seniors. Classes last 1 hour each and are from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. daily, absolutely free. There are 19 swim locations to choose from, all over Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique. Over 10,000 individuals have been on the Get Grenada swimming program since 2017. Why not join us? You can register via www.getgrenadaswimming.com. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Ocean Connect, a Sandals Foundation program, for their support. Book your swim classes via www.getgrenadaswimming.com.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Good evening, sporting fans. Grenada's world champion javelin thrower Anderson Peters will represent all of the Americas at the Santiago 2023 Pan American Games as a member of the new Team Pan Am Sports. Peters is joined by 11 new members of Team Pan Am Sports that will inspire millions this October at the Santiago 2023 Pan American Games. Peters is a two-time athletics world champion in the javelin throw and won the gold medal at the Lima 2019 Pan American Games, where he set a new games record of 87.31 meters. At 25 years old, he has been competing on the world's biggest stages for more than 10 years. Now, Anderson is ready to defend his throne at the Pan American Games and compete at the Santiago 2023 against the best athletes of the Americas. He said, and I quote, "I'm expecting to be over 90 meters at the Pan Am Games. I think the people of Santiago would love to see the javelin go extremely far, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope to get even closer to the world record and defend my world championship title, defend my Pan Am Games title, and hopefully become the Olympic champion for 2024 in Paris," end quote. The Santiago 2023 Pan American Games run from October 20th to November 5th. Grenadians are being encouraged to get fit as Fit for Life is once again putting on its fitness revolution. On Thursday, they held a media launch of the Subway Fitness Revolution 10 at Fit for Life Medical Car Park in Grand Dance. During the launch, Minister for Health Senator Jonathan Lecret endorsed Fit for Life's Fitness Revolution 10.
Health literacy continues to be a very serious problem amongst our population, especially as it relates to education. It is a gap that we have noticed and a gap that we are addressing head-on as a Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. But while we work out the framework for what that should look like and would look like in the coming days, weeks and months, we are extremely happy and elated that we have initiated a national wellness project that engages all Grenadians in physical exercise to improve the mental health and wellness of every Grenadian, Cariconian, and PT Martinican.
Founder of Fit for Life Fitness Revolution is Cecil Mitchell.
I don't share. It's also very emotional for me when I see and I hear everyone speak about Fitness Revolution and what it does for them. Like even in this launch today, it's very emotional to have the Minister of Health and Wellness speak about the benefits and the potential of Fitness Revolution and what it would have done for the people over years and how excited the Ministry of Health and Wellness is about the event as well. So, you know, I can't put words to the emotions that I feel. It's a mixture of joy, excitement, emotions of, you know, I'm so moved, you know, that we're here today after 10 years, that this event has survived.
With Spice Mass just around the corner, our luxury mass band representative, Denisha Frank, is encouraging individuals to embrace a healthier lifestyle.
I believe that it's a positive initiative for us here in Grenada, even for everyone, but we'd point it towards our masqueraders, especially because in order to balance that route come Carnival Monday and Tuesday, you need to be fit, you need to be, well. So we encourage everyone to partake in it. We at Oro, we encourage, as we know, our health is our wealth, and together as companies, we'll do well.
Fit for Life 10th Annual Fitness Revolution runs from July 10th to August 3rd, 2023 at the Monrouge Playing Field, Grand Anse, St. George. CARICOM will meet with Cricket West Indies soon to discuss the future of the regional team. We get the details in this TTT Sports Report.
I still believe that we have to rally around the West Indies.
Chair of CARICOM, Dominican Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt, said CARICOM feels the pain of the current state of West Indies cricket.
Our comments about West Indies cricket comes out of because of our passion, our commitment for the game, and the reality is we do not want to lose, and we do not like to lose, and when we lose, we get vexed.
Mr. Skerritt said CARICOM intends to have discussions with Cricket West Indies soon, and also announced the chair of the cricket subcommittee, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, who he recalled made a recent Facebook post on the issue.
By Chairman Decree, I have appointed him as the new chairman of the subcommittee, Prime Ministerial Subcommittee on Cricket. We have agreed with the president of the West Indies Cricket Board, or West Indies Cricket, to meet sometime next week, where we shall meet to discuss West Indies cricket and how we can work together.
The West Indies are due to host India next Wednesday in Dominica for the first of 2 test matches.
And that's sports. Stay with us for a look around the region. Now for a look around the region. The United States is promising to deal with the unacceptable trafficking of guns in the region. U.S. Democratic leader in the House of Representatives, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, made the announcement at a joint media conference with Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley. We get the details in this report.
United States Democratic leader in the House of Representatives, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, hailed Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley for continuously advancing the issue of gun trafficking into the region, most recently with the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken at CARICOM's 45th Heads of Government meeting on Wednesday.
Are guns that aren't manufactured here in Trinidad and Tobago. They're guns that in almost every instance is manufactured and initially purchased in the United States of America.
Mr. Jeffries assured that the U.S. is listening to the concerns of Trinidad and Tobago and by extension the region, reiterating some remarks by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
They've designated a special prosecutor specifically charged with jurisdiction to hold gun traffickers accountable, including those who are trafficking weapons internationally into the Caribbean.
The U.S. congressman said the issue will be further discussed in Washington to hold gun traffickers accountable, but he said the recent enacting of the U.S. Bipartisan Safer Communities Act will have a major effect.
And it will give the Department of Justice, it will give the ATF, it will give the FBI the ability now to more aggressively go after the gun traffickers.
On another note, Mr. Jeffries vowed to beef up the scanning of containers heading out of the U.S.
And we take the challenge that you now face seriously and intend to work with the administration back in the United States of America to encourage them to use all available resources in terms of enforcement.
Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Grenadian Timothy Entwine, says the 2023 to 24 financial year will be what he calls a bounce-back year for the bank. Governor Entwine highlights some of the positives of the financial year, despite the recent financial loss for the bank due to a spike in interest rates in the United States.
I think the first thing is that the EC dollar remains very strong. You know, sometimes we take it for granted, but it's a daily work and effort on our part to keep our dollar strong, to keep our currency safe. And throughout the last year, we've seen the continued resilience of the EC dollar. We were tested during the pandemic with tourism shut for a while and foreign reserves exchange not coming in. But we have always maintained very high levels of reserves.
Further afield, the United States will send Ukraine a cluster munitions package to help in its counteroffensive against Russia. The White House said it had postponed the decision for as long as it could because of the risk of civilian harm from such unexploded ordnance. Ukraine has been asking for the weapons for months amid an ammunition shortage. We get the details in this report.
The Biden administration is expected to announce it plans to send cluster munitions to help boost Ukrainian forces on the front lines. The decision would be a major change for the administration after months of hesitation. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield, seen here last year, blasting Russia for using them.
We've seen videos of Russian forces moving exceptionally lethal weaponry into Ukraine, which has no place on the battlefield. That includes cluster munitions and vacuum bombs, which are banned under the Geneva Convention. Russia's actions go against everything this body stands for.
Cluster munitions are highly lethal weapons that are meant to break apart midair and scatter bomblets over a large area. But they are controversial due to the potential for civilian injuries and deaths when they fail to explode after they are deployed. More than 100 countries have banned them, but not the U.S.
We would be carefully selecting rounds with lower dud rates for which we have recent testing data.
Military analysts say the weapons could prove critical in Ukraine's counteroffensive, but they could also raise tensions even more between the United States and Russia. This new video released by the Pentagon showing Russian fighter jets harassing U.S. military drones over Syria.
We call on the Russian forces to cease this type of reckless behavior and to behave like professional airmen.
U.S. officials say the dangerous move was the second time in 2 days. In the first incident, the Air Force says Russian fighter jets dropped multiple parachute flares in front of U.S. drones, forcing them to conduct evasive maneuvers.
And that was a look at what's happening in the region and abroad. Stay with us for a recap of the headlines. Recapping tonight's headlines, the legal fraternity mourns the death of retired Judge Monica Joseph. Former Social Development Minister Delma Thomas says the death of female lawyer Celine Klein-Edwards is an urgent reminder about mental health issues. And the Royal Grenada Police Force records an increase in crimes during the first quarter of 2023. In the region, the United States promises to address unacceptable trafficking of guns flowing into the region. Internationally, the U.S. plans to send controversial cluster munitions to Ukraine. And in sports, Anderson Peters chosen as a member of Team Pan Am Sports. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN's television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Beverly Telesford. That's the news. Good night.